Hi again, this is Teacher Paul, and again, I'm back in the shop. Last time we looked at used some tools, some measuring tools here in the shop, and I made the point, or I was trying to make the point, of I want you to convince me to change to your version. But for you to be successful, I want you to be successful. I don't want to miss a blessing. If you get a blessing out of some other version besides the old authorized version, I want you to tell me. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to beat you up, call you names. I'm going to listen. I don't want to miss anything. But I liken to one of the obstacles, or one of the places where I am in my mindset, is when it comes to accuracy. I used an illustration. This is a surveyor's tape, a reel. And boy, I don't know if you can read it from there, but you can read these numbers, well, probably from 300 feet away, because that's what they'd use it for. You can see them, but maybe not very accurate. When I want to get into some really precise work, I have this micrometer. It's a 0 to 1 inch micrometer. And yeah, it took a little work to learn how to read it, but once you learn it, it's like, wow, this is really, it tells you the more accurate picture, what you're measuring. And I likened it to the King James Bible, or I should say early modern English that the King James Bible is written in. Yeah, it takes a little bit of work, but I think the accuracy, it's worth paying for. I want to continue on that line and then make some practical applications, okay? When we deal with legal documents, a will or any kind of contract, a deed, you're doing real estate, whether it's a civil or, any kind of legal document, you find that those documents are really well written. They use words that we don't commonly use because it's important. You want to be accurate. You don't want to exchange money in thousands of dollars or Vietnam dong by millions and billions without knowing exactly what is the deal here. What's the contract? So we want to do that. And when we deal in the pharmaceutical or the medical world, I have to go to my cardiologist next month, or next week, I guess. He'll use terms that I don't use those terms around the house. And I could demand, hey, stop, just tell me, just say, how's the checker doing? They have all these terms because there's different parts, different chambers and all kind of stuff going on. That's just for one organ, the heart, but very accurate. And I'm glad. I've attended some surgeries. It was in Vietnam. And even in Vietnamese, they use the exact language. Even choosing the scalpel, the knife that they use. There's like 38 different types. And they choose, this one is made for this, and this is all the way up to the bone cutting saw. But they're very accurate because life depends on it. If you're not precise, you could hurt somebody. Same as the pharmacy. I have some prescriptions, and I ran out. And I called the pharmacist, I need more of these. He goes, well, what is it? I don't know, I can't read it. It's a bone-shaped thing. The pill's shaped like a dog bone. Well, he just laughed, It's like, okay, you're from Hannibal. But I know what he's talking about. He wants to know the exact prescription. He wants to know the exact chemical compound. And he wants to know how much should I be taking each time I take it. Do I take 5 milligrams or 20 milligrams, and how often, and so on. I don't talk like he does usually. But when it comes to life and death, I'm glad that we use precise language, exact language. And so we have even a greater contract. We have a greater document than any legal document, any pharmaceutical or medical document, any of those things. We have God's revelation to man in writing. The Bible, we call it the Bible. God is revealing himself and his will, and all that we know specifically about God is in the Word of God. It's the most important, listen, please listen, this is the most important document that man has ever had. It's worth being exact. I think it is worth it. So when we talk about the accuracy, I mean, you can go any way, but I usually look for, when I'm reading my Bible and I have doctrine in mind, what's it teaching? Number one is I ask myself this, what is the action? I'm reading along, and what happened? What was the verb? Where was the energy spent? What's going on? Number two, who is the actor? I don't mean actor as in Hollywood. I mean, who's acting with the verb? Who's initiating the action? Who's responsible for the verb? That would be the subject in English terms. He owns that verb. He started that. And thirdly, it's not necessary in a sentence, but it's helpful, is where does the action go to? What direction? You have a preposition, to, over, under, by, and then you'll have the final destination of the action. And that's whom. Whom receives this? Whom receives the work? They don't do the work. They're receiving the work. I know I don't want to be an English teacher this time, but that's when we read a sentence, any sentence, especially in the Bible, I'm looking for those things. So in my mind, I can understand, I can see clearly what's happening. Jesus said this, I'll use a few examples. Jesus said, marvel not. This is in John chapter 3 and verse 7. He's speaking to Israel. I think he's speaking to Nicodemus. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. I suspect the newer versions say something like, marvel not that I said unto you, you got to be born again. But when he said thee is, he's speaking to one man. One man is receiving it. Thee. If it was thou would own the verb of speaking, I said unto you. That would be the word that Jesus would use. But since he's delivering a message to Nicodemus, the message is to thee. And I'm beginning to see the scenario. I can see it played out. And then there's a comma and he goes on. He goes, ye, ye is plural. Ye must be born again. I think he's opening up to all of Israel and consequently us. Ye must be born again. You must take that action upon yourselves. We would just naturally say you, but when we say you is plural, but it's the object case pronoun. Oh, I know, here I go again, I'm sorry. That you doesn't have to do any work. You is not responsible for the verb. You is plural, a group of people probably. They just receive the work. But here, Jesus said this, ye must be born again. The imperative is upon you. This solves a lot of doctrine. I won't go into it, but I had a long bus ride with a hyper-Calvinistic man, a young man, and he wanted to start in. I go, John, did the Bible say whosoever or whomsoever? He said, whosoever. I go, right. So regarding being born again, that's the action. Who's the actor? Who is the actor? Who is responsible? Not whom. I think your doctrine teaches that it's a whom. It's going to happen whether you do anything or not. You've already predetermined that it's already happened or not. But doesn't the pronouns tend to say that you're responsible? It's interesting. I'm not going to get into there, but so on and so forth. There's one more, at least one. Draw nigh unto God. This is one of my favorites. Draw nigh unto God, and he will draw nigh unto you. That's James chapter 4, verse 8. I said, draw nigh unto God. Most of us would say near. The vernacular is near. Draw near to God. He'll draw. What does it mean when you say draw? Near is in space. This measurement now is getting nearer to my desktop. In space, it's closer. There's less distance. But that's not what nigh means. Draw nigh unto God. Nigh can imply that you're closer, but there's a reason why you're closer. There's nothing between. Nigh is nothing between. Naturally, you're closer, but it's just not talking about distance and space. It's talking about maybe an idol in your heart, maybe some bitterness and so on. Draw nigh unto God. He'll draw nigh to you. How are you going to draw near to God? Do you have to climb to a higher mountain? What does that mean? That loses its strength when we're told to draw nigh. Oh, that's accurate. I like it. I could go on and on. I haven't even gotten into the verb endings. The est, E-S-T. What sayest thou? What thinketh thou? Thinketh, it'd be talking to a group. EST verb ending is second person. Again, I'm not getting into the English language. What I'm telling you is I enjoy this stuff. This is accuracy for me. And when the verb ends with dash, E-T-H, God knoweth. God's not directly in our conversation. We're speaking to God as third person. God knoweth, E-T-H. That connects the verb to the actor. It's so good. When you take those off and make it easy to read, you lose connections. It's not as clear. It's not as understandable. I don't know. I hope, I'm just telling you, I think like that. I'm an engineer. I think like an engineer. I want accuracy. I want to get better. I want to know God better. I want to know more. I want to use the revelation He's already given us. Why wouldn't I use it to its full advantage? Why wouldn't I become a student and learn? I know it, like the micrometer. It takes a little while. And I don't know if I'm an expert at that. But once you learn it, it's good. It's really good. So your job, you're to convince me. You're to help me understand why you left what I would think was a more accurate version to an easier version. If you want to pull me that way, and I would go if it's a blessing. But I need to understand why easier is better. I don't think so. If this is interesting to you, and I'm not trying to be offensive at all, this is just my mindset. Would you comment or like? And please stick around for our sponsor spot. Okay, hi. English for Bible readers. It's a primer. I wrote it. It's my notes about these and thous. It's a non-abrasive, it's a primer on how to read your Bible. The things that are peculiar and difficult will become your friends. You'll start enjoying the reading. I want you to have a copy. I'll send you a copy for free. If you want more, they're $10 a piece. But just write to this email address and let me know, and I'll get you one. God bless. God bless you. Again, I love you guys. I really am trying to be gracious. I know this topic can be controversial, and I'm not trying to be that way. Just help me. Help me to understand. I'm trying to help you understand where I am. Help me to understand where you are. All right? God bless you. We'll see you again.